I worked in a job that the bosses I had, nothing was ever good enough. I was lowest level of management, so I got the pressure from up above. I got the pressure from the employees. It got to the point where one day I stopped at the side of the road on my way home from work. I pulled to the side of the road because I was crying so hard. I was afraid I was a danger to people. I remember saying, "Oh, just stop the world and let me off." But I had made the decision in my mind that I was going to leave that job. When I was able to quit that job, I vowed to myself I was never going to work for anyone ever again. And I started my own business. It was a stressful business because I had so much responsibility. I had the responsibility for guiding people financially, emotionally, psychologically, mentally. I had pretty much shut down. I felt that every day's life was a struggle. It was sticking in my head that something in my life had to change. And it wasn't just business. I realized that, the question, if not now, when? And I realized that if I wanted my life to change, I was at the when. Working with you helped me break through some barriers that had been built up over time. And without being able to break through those barriers, I think I would still be stuck today. I cannot recognize the person that I was when we started working together. I had a closed heart and a closed mind. It's only by looking back that you can say, wow, was I really like that? And being so much happier the way I am now. You work on a spiritual level instead of just a mental level. It's not just get down on the couch here and tell me your life story, and then someday you will resolve it. It isn't that at all. I asked you if your program had a framework that it utilized or if you personalized everything for each person. And you said yes. I'm going, well, yes, which? And you said yes, both, which gave me a lot of comfort because I didn't feel as if it was going to be like sitting on a psychiatrist and just having them probe. I did want to have the comfort of knowing that there is a framework that we will be starting in one place and working toward another place. And yet it wasn't cookie cutter. Working with you has been a way for me to work with myself, things that I wouldn't necessarily think about asking myself or delving into. We all have blind spots about ourselves, and you're able to make us more aware of what those blind spots are without feeling an inadequacy because of it. In your framework, you have certain tools for us to use. And the nice thing is those tools, we can start going through them and start our expansion. But it's not like it's a one and done. We can get to another place in our life and go right back to them and say, okay, wipe the slate clean. Or in my case, just print out another one. I'm a different person today than I was a year and a half ago. So I'm going to have different perceptions today than I had a year and a half ago. And so a lot of the things that, the tools that you gave me early on, I'm already saying to myself, I'm going to have to be revisiting that one pretty soon. And I'm excited about that because that means that a lot of the work that we have done together has been completed. I am a different person now, but I can see to myself, it's not like you're forever changed and you're this perfect person and everything's great and wonderful. It's just that now I'm this new person. And for the next 3 years, 5 years, or however long it is, I can pull these things out again. I can go through them again. I can make more expansion. I can, it's a continual thing because I think, wow, if I've made this much progress in this much time, how much more progress can I make? With eyes that are open, that were closed before, what will I see now that I didn't see before? And with that new perception, what more expansion can there be? I wake up each morning with a grateful heart and open mind, and I never did before. I actually wake up and the first thought that is in my mind every single day is gratitude that I'm actually awake and have the day ahead of me. I did not have a lot of joy in my life when I first met you. I can truly say that every day of my life now, I have joy in my life every single day. I remember the first time we'd been working together for a few months, and I remember the first time I felt this emotion, and it was like, what's this emotion? And I was almost afraid of it. And I realized this is joy that I have not felt in so very many years. I did not even know that I did not have joy in my life anymore until it started to bubble up this one day. And it was almost scary. It's like, I think I know what this is. Anyway, I have felt it before, but I'm not sure what it is. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I'm happy. I'm truly happy. That, I think, is one of the greatest gifts that I have received from us working together this year in less than 12 months, with the opening of my heart and my mind and the other skills that I have been developing. I am going to be equal to what was my highest income year after 24 years of having a business. Don't sell Harmony short, because she is magnificent in how she can help a person become their best future self. I would challenge anyone to ask themselves the same question I asked myself. If not now, when? And I have to say, one of the best investments I ever made, because it was an investment in me. Change isn't always easy, but I'll tell you, it's so much better on the other side. It truly is. Are you the real deal? Yeah, you are. You've amazed me sometimes. Yeah, you have a way of tapping into energy that I have not witnessed before. It has been an amazement for me. And every once in a while, I see myself doing it now, and I'm going, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. When we started out, I didn't know how miserable I was. But you don't think of yourself as miserable until you get to the point where you're not miserable anymore and you're really happy and you have joy in your life. And then you look back and say, wow, I was really miserable. When you take the time and the effort to work with Harmony and allow that process to happen, you come out of that miserable existence into a place of joy. And then you look back and you say, oh my gosh, this was the best decision I ever made in my life, because it is your life. And we don't know if we have 5 minutes or 50 years or 100 years in front of us. We might as well make the most of the years that we have, or the minutes that we have, whichever it is. And why spend it in misery if we can spend it in joy?